and I'm pretty sure people think they're in love.
As they should be. Le blood. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Oh,
Not a
God.
head wound.
Damn it. Why me? What kind of voice? What is this voice? I can't get going like this. Not like this. What's this guy's face? Well, I've got to find someone to put this on. Someone like him.
Why not?
No.
I'll make it look like he did it.
Oh, God.
It's not even the voice, it's the sounds.
August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Just so you know, remember when we were making fun of the Man of Medan script?
Yeah.
This is gonna be worse.
Oh, no.
Boy, am
Love
I
it.
nervous.
Amazing.
I'll play Phoenix. Who wants to play Mia?
I can do it.
Alright, Mia is our boss.
Okay. Right.
Mads, put him away! Hiya, Chief!
I'm glad I made it on time.
This is gonna be silly.
Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well.
Ah, thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor.
A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case?
Yeah. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney.
Well, that's news to me.
I want to help him out in any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. Oh, this is Danny. Danny, you're going to play a very overdramatic guy.
Oh, God.
You got this.
It's over. My life, everything, it's all over.
Da, da, da.
Is that your client screaming over there?
Yeah, it's him.
Oh, no.
Death, despair, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna die.
It sounds like he wants to die.
Yeah.
Nick.
Your name is Butts.
Hey there, Larry.
Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me that sentence. I ain't afraid to die.
What? What's wrong, Larry?
Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Aw, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away?
The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspaper says it was you. Look at that face. You think he did it? My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. Blah, 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 blah. If we got this footage, just pan up and we'll see it together. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for
Oh my
getting himself in
God.
trouble. One thing I could say though, it's usually not his fault. He's just his terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one. Which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Courtroom, number 2. Oh, I guess that's entirely possible. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Lamb. Alright, Max,
Amazing.
this is you.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready. Your Honor. Mr. Wright. This is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client, not the evidence, not the crime, your conduct. You call me a bitch,
That's
he's
so
going to
shocking.
jail. Straight to jail. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Not judge. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor.
What a wild way to conduct court.
A gulp, hands shaking, eyesight fading.
Knees weak, mom spaghetti.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Who can it be?
Larry Butts.
The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Yes, correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Right, Mr. Payne? Go fuck you. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what was the victim's name? Oof, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Uh-oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here.
Phoenix. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name?
Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot temporarily.
I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it at any time, okay?
But I'm on keyboard. Oh no, I'm on controller. Alright, we have an attorney badge. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this.
That's wild.
And Cindy's autopsy report. Time of death: 7:31, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Cause of death: loss of blood due to blunt trauma. So her name's Cindy. Just Cindy? That's all the judge will care about?
I guess.
Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please? I'm begging you.
Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Cinderblock. Cindy Stone. Mia Fey. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Yes, correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Yes, correct. You have answered all of my questions. I see no reason why we should proceed. If I got them all wrong, were we just gonna... Oh, fuck it. We're going to jail. Fuck him. Okay. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Can you imagine? Imagine being the prosecutor. Like, I feel like I'm going to lose because this guy is just glazing the defense attorney. Thank you, Your Honor, because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. Danny.
Yes,
Who
Your Honor.
next?
Oh,
I'm gonna get them all mixed up. Oh, yeah.
that's okay. It can be Danny.
Danny, do you want to do the Mr. Payne?
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck by a blunt object. Could you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Not before the case? That's crazy. A statue in the shape of the thinker. It's rather heavy.
Really makes you think. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently.
Oh my god. Mia is fourth walling us. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now?
Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case.
But I'm just a junior partner. I don't know how to be a lawyer.
You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate.
Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Oh, yeah. Alright, Danny, talk to yourself.
Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony.
A bunch of couples that kill each other?
Didn't they all die?
I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men.
Oh my god.
She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before. What do you mean, one of them? Lies. All of it. Lies. I don't believe a word. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30, the day before the murder. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, wait. The victim was a model but did not have a large income. It appears sugar daddy.
Oh my god.
Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts.
How do I get one?
Right. She took their money and used it to support her life. Dude. We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stoughton.
Oh my god.
Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question.
Objection!
Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? Alright, what do we do?
Probably
Stop him
stop
from
it.
answering.
My client has no idea the victim was seeing other men. The question is irrelevant into this case.
Oof. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead.
Wow, he called him
Yeah,
a
and when I'm
bitch
here in
in
the afterlife,
court.
I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite. Oh boy.
He would rather kill himself than somebody else?
Oh boy. So this is so not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? No. Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't.
Oh, he went. What do I do? What do we do?
I feel like we can't stop him from answering because it is relevant.
Yeah, same. Unless can he plead the fifth? Is he allowed?
He's already answered too many questions. And this is based in Japan. They don't really have a plead the fifth.
Yeah.
I mean, they put a U.S. passport in the photo.
I wish I knew what they were gonna say to stop him from answering.
Same.
I mean, I feel like as his lawyer, you should probably stop him from running his mouth, but
Official answer?
Oh,
Answer
no.
honestly.
Yeah.
okay.
I know. I'll send them a signal.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Tell the truth.
Yeah, I was there. I went.
Order! Well, Mr. Bunch. Okay.
Dude.
Look at that eye twitch.
She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her.
That's
Oh,
your,
God.
That's your voice.
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Liar?
She looks so surprised.
Prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Bunch.
But Mr. Payne, he can't lie. He's under oath. God would smite him. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body
Murderer.
just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order! Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sowett to the stand. Oh my God.
Hi, Mr. Sowett. I'm good for the Wild Ouija voice.
Mr. Sowett, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct?
Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sowett, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw the day of the murder. Ah, yes, I'm ready to give my witness account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving. Dead! I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Wah. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. I just believe everything everybody ever says.
Who would lie in a court of law?
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Dead.
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout.
Aren't phones supposed to... Sorry, I got a Tinder light. Aren't phones supposed to be working during the blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sowett used was one of them. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your
That the perusal. Blackout records. Electricity to Mr. Stone. Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes? Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor?
All right, Wright. This is it. The real deal.
What exactly am I supposed to do?
My guy. Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave.
Lies? What, he was lying?
Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty?
How do I prove he's not?
You hold the key. It's in the evidence.
Phoenix spent 26 years just believing everything anybody has ever told him.
Yeah, how did he get to junior partner if this is his first case?
I don't know.
What kind of nepotism? Compare compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face.
Okay.
Open the court record with tab, then point out contradictions in the testimony. Rubbing it in their face does not sound like proper legal jargon.
Don't worry about that. Alright. I was going door to door selling subscription. Man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door. Figured it strange and looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately.
Oh,
however, the phone in her
there it is.
apartment wasn't working.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if he didn't go inside the apartment, then how did he know that the phone wasn't working?
Right.
We press him on it. The phone in her apartment wasn't working. Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't, right. But you said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you? Oh, now that. Now I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on the shelf in the entryway. I reached inside and tried using that to call.
And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next?
I went to a nearby park, found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. 1 p.m. She died somewhere between 4 and 5 p.m.
Ooh, then that's wrong.
You found the body at 1 p.m., you're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death of sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
Nuh-uh.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sowit, why were you so certain that they found the body at 1 p.m.? That's a really good question.
Great job, Wright? Way to put him on the spot.
Rub it in his face.
That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions.
Yeah, that's all being a lawyer is.
Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart.
Wait! I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Yeah, because you can just keep going over and over again. The time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video on a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m.
The power was out.
Fool. Yes. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine your witness.
Right. You know what to do.
Now I've got this one. I wonder what it could be. Who'da think it? Who'da thunk it? Who'da want it?
Get him.
You say
Get him.
There it is. Blackout record. From noon to 6 p.m.
Couldn't have been on at 1.
Hold it right there. The prosecution has said that there was a blackout at the time of the discovery, and this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Oh, he's a toupee. He's a villain. Gah! Well, the defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sweet? No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Wait. I remember now.
Oh my god.
Mr. Sweet, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. Your cautious corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sweet. No, this is the wrong voice. Miss very well. Very well, Mr. Sweet. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. I'm nervous. Actually, I didn't hear the time I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
What?
He's saying
Hit with a clock?
You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. I'm sweaty. Actually, I didn't hear it. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim.
Objection.
The statue? Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? He said it! He said the thing! You with your objections and your evidence? Just who do you think you are?
He's in a purple suit too.
Just answer the question, Mr. Sweet. Yeah, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Peck.
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. What? And it doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. Liar!
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright.
But even if it was...
Even if it was...
Even if it was, there's no power.
Well, no, because if the head has to turn to announce the time, doesn't that mean he would have had to see it like being
touching it?
used? He would have had to have been present as she got hit.
Or inside and touched it.
Yeah, yeah.
It appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problem with it then right now? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
No. Yes.
Yes, there's
Yes.
a very obvious
Your
hole.
Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way
Not
he could have known
gaping.
the weapon was a clock is by holding it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Yes, indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he
Went
knew
into
the
Went into the apartment.
went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah, prove it right now. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. That's a bold
Wow.
statement, Mr.
We
Wright.
need a jump.
That's a... Wow. Okay.
You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order to go. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. We're just gonna allow. Yes, Your Honor. We got photo evidence.
Look at him.
I give my own evidence. Mr.
Wow.
Sweat, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
Well, what's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless. Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I saw,
A toupee to the face.
I hate you. It was him, I tell you. It was him. He killed her, and he should burn. Burn! Give him death.
God damn.
Fire flames on the side of my face.
Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's.
Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound of the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is writing on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sewett heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try
sounding the clock.
Yeah.
Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a straight way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So we have heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sewett heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sewett, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing, Batman. Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proved nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove
Are
that,
you a lawyer
you don't
now?
have a case. He's right. How am I gonna prove that? Damn it, I was so close. You're right. It seems you lack the critical evidence to put your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sewett. Now come
What
all
did
the
we
way down
do
here,
wrong?
testify, and look what happened. You treat me like a criminal. Criminal! Your lawyers are all slime. Grr, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry, I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. I keep slapping my desk, but I don't say a word. Oh. Yay,
Not so fast, Mr. Sewett.
Our boss! Thank God.
Yay.
Mia? I mean, Chief?
Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think.
But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yeah, because they were in Paris, baby!
Mm-hmm.
Paris. Yes. Wait, maybe I can prove it.
You must have you must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right?
We have that edifice.
Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Nice tough words. I see you pull this one off. Good, I see the evidence to prove the clock was running slow. I'm gonna lose it. Why did I choose these voices?
Ooh, we gotta take that.
The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since the returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sweat? Or should I say, Mr. Did It?
Wow.
Nah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. What the
We're babies.
I'm scared of water.
What do I say? Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness.
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Yes, very well. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts.
Not guilty.
Yay.
Yay.
We did it.
And with that, this court is adjourned.
Butts is free.
Free the butt. It turns out that Frank Switt was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't alone. After he left, Mr. Switt let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Switt grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Blech. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. I still can't believe we won.
Right. Good job in there. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you.
Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there.
I just had to tell you that, people lie.
It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note.
I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel.
My life is over.
Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Good. Wait, no. I mean bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever.
That's Cindy Windy.
Larry, she was a... No, never mind.
Congratulations, Harry.
Harry?
You! I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent.
Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, you got over that fast.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook.
Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A murder weapon?
A murder weapon? A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that...
Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me.
Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento.
Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. and she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry?
Larry.
Are you so sure?
Squeeze me?
I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way.
Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay.
Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him?
Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about?
The statue.
Yeah, throw! Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her.
Well, what about that clock?
This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever. She probably just needed a clock, that's all.
You think
People
so?
take clocks
It's
with them
a
all
pretty
the
heavy
time.
clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks.
It's only because I did it pro bono.
I
I hope that made him feel a little better.
Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Are we a lawyer or are we like a superhero?
She's a superhero.
Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts.
Yeah!
Oh, speaking of Harry,
Harry butts.
you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him?
Yeah, part at least.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks?
Let's go! Get it with the boss! And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave me." I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep.
Does Mia get killed with the clock?
The